Yeah, we enjoy coming here. This is just a great area. Really similar to back home in North Carolina. We always have been treated really well down here. Got a lot of fans in this area, a lot of friends that live here. So I have always enjoyed coming here, and even as a child, this was always one of the more interesting places to be due to the size of the track, and you just running around here in the garage when you were young was incredible because the cars were always so different than what you'd see at Charlotte or Bristol or anything else, and it was just a totally different atmosphere. So it's always meant a lot to me, and I was fortunate enough to be able to win some races and have some success here and go to Victory Lane. And I think it's going to be a good race. It's very hot, but that's kind of how it always was when I was young coming down here. I remember it just being always really hot, but we've been fortunate the last several years to have had pretty decent weather. But this race is going to be really warm, so you're going to have to take care of your motor and cooling your engine and different things like that. But I think it'll be a great race and a lot of fun.
Thank you, Dale. We'll take questions. We'll start with Jenna and then go to Ed. Go ahead, Jenna.
Jenna Fryer, AP. I'm over here in case you care. I suspect that nobody puts more pressure on you to win than you do yourself. Yet there's a sense with the way you've been running, where you are in the points, that this could be your week. Do you ever feel that building or sense that when people start talking and say, this is the one, this is the breakthrough week for him?
Yeah, I never really took anything for granted. So I would say that I don't do that. A lot of people have said that this week or this weekend at the racetrack, but I don't take anything for granted. I know how this sport can be brutal and great all at the same time. So you just hope you're prepared. We try to run a smart race, and hopefully we can make the right moves and beat the odds and win the race. But we're having a good year, and we're trying to concentrate on our momentum and our confidence and the team's true ability, and just trying to go to the racetrack and unload good cars. And I'm kind of looking forward to going to Darlington and back to racetracks where the car handles, because we're having such a good year. It's not really a slight on Talladega, but we're having such a good year at all these tracks, and the cars are driving so much better over time. I mean, even from last year, the cars are better. So I'm kind of looking forward to other tracks as well. But if we have this probably is one of our better shots if we, as far as how the drafting and everything has changed with the rule changes that they made before Daytona. That suits me better, and as hot as it is, I think that even goes back, leans toward us pack racing more than tandem racing. So I'm pretty sure that's kind of in my favor. So I'm looking forward to the race. But my odds I don't think have increased just because of how well we run this year. I think we're just going to have to see how it goes.
We'll go Ed, Shannon, and then Nate. Go ahead, Ed.
Ed Hinton, ESPN.com, back over here behind Jenna, Dale. To sort of pursue that same thing, when you add up that you're back to your kind of pack drafting, and this is the place that you've had more success plate racing, and you seem to know your way around this place as good or better than anybody active now, would you consider this maybe your best chance to win in a while on any kind of track?
I think I think that's probably true. When we go to Talladega or Daytona, I do feel like that those races are I feel like I got a good chance of winning every time I go. And when because there's less variables, the cars don't handle, you just hold it on the mat and you just got to make good decisions. Really don't have to count on the other important things that you do at other tracks, like is the car going to roll the center? Is the car going to handle good, be fast. I mean, those things are big variables at Richmond or somewhere else, and you don't have to deal with those here. So I feel like my confidence goes up when I come here. I think any driver should feel the same way when you go to Talladega or Daytona, because the cars are all really even, and you just got to make good decisions. You don't really have to. You can rely on a lot of the things or count on all the things that you normally do at other racetracks. But so yeah, I think when we come here, especially with how well we're running this year, having run second, and I think we had everything we did at Daytona was a top 5. The shootout we wrecked, but we run second or third in the 125 and second in the Daytona 500. So we feel confident this weekend.
Real quick follow-up on that, because you were kind of running solo against that Roush tandem at Daytona. Does that make you feel like if you can pick up a drafted partner of your own, it might be a whole different story against the Roush car?
Well, it's really hard to say. Those cars were really fast that weekend, and I'm not sure how much that would have helped.
Let's go Shannon, Nate, and then Bob Pocker. Shannon?
Shannon Spake, ESPN. Dale, you were just talking about being here as a kid and being in the infield. I'm wondering at what point you realized how passionate the fans were for the Earnhardt name here at Talladega, and what is that like for you to see that passion?
I probably didn't really witness it until I was a driver, and Dad won that one race they talk about where he came from 18th to win with 3 laps to go. And I don't really remember anything specific about that moment, but when I was a kid, I wasn't really concerned with how famous Dad was or the reaction from the fans. I was just running around the garage having fun with my buddies, and I was in awe about how many brand new spark plugs they would laying around the garage. Brand new bottles of brake cleaner and glass cleaner just discarded. Because when the race started, they would, they didn't leave their crash carts. They didn't have crash carts back then. You had one toolbox. You took it to the pits. So when the race was going on, the garage was completely empty of everything. There was nothing there. They had cleaned it up, put everything away, took everything they needed to the pits, and what they would leave behind would be brand new spark plugs and brand new cans of this and that and the other, and all kinds of brand new stuff just laying around. And me and my buddies would box it up or carry it over to Jimmy Means' truck, and so they could take it home like they needed it. I don't even know if Jimmy cared, but we thought we were doing something cool. But it was that's all we did. We did that and begged people to let us wax the race cars and whatever we could get ourselves into.
Let's go Nate, Bob, and then Joe Menzer. Nate?
Nate Ryan, USA Day. Dale, Danica was in here yesterday, and she was almost beaming about the fact that you were asking about when she was going to be out on track and working with her in practice. And she also talked a little bit about how she wasn't dwelling as much on the tough results this season. It sounds very similar to what you had said to us at Charlotte during the drifting event. I was just wondering, have you talked to her at all about that since then? And have you noticed a change in her demeanor? And does it seem as if that she's starting to feel more acclimated here? It seems like she's very comfortable here.
Yeah, I haven't talked to her. Specifically about that. We talked a little bit this weekend, just saying hellos and talking about, what's been going on, but how busy we've been. She seemed, I don't really know her. I don't pretend to know her very well, but from what I do know, she seems like the kind of person that's been through a lot of situations that have seasoned her for this. So I don't expect her to get worked up over too much, and she understands it's going to be a struggle. I think she may be enjoying this weekend because of what comes next. Being Darlington, I think that she understands how tough that's going to be, and she's probably really trying to get everything out of this weekend she can and just enjoy herself before she really has to go to work, because that's going to be a whole lot of work to go there for the first time. I'm just guessing, but I think she knows what she's doing and what she's dealing with and how to handle it. She's really savvy, and I never felt like, I mean, if I felt like I needed to go talk to her, I would go talk to her. I'd talk to Cole because there's times, you know, when I feel like he needs to be talked to or needs to hear some words of advice. And if I felt like she could use it, I would do that. But I never felt that way. She seems to have it all under control.